Gran Lusso, 150-year anniversary vermouth from Martini, also from Italy. This is very special. It's got two different types of botanical macerations. One is aged in oak for a year, and the other in demi-johns, little glass jars, for 8 years, before being blended with Barbarossa and Trebbiano. It's got great botanicals in it, like wormwood and cinnamon and cardamom, that really open up your digestion and salivatory glands. And also, David, you'll like this, it has a lot of Mediterranean herbs in it, like pine, thyme, citrus, rose. Last, I added Fino sherry, as no dish is complete without a little acid and salt. We'll give this cocktail a nice long stir. Now, my idea behind this drink is something that is aromatic and complex, like a truffle, but has enough dryness and acidity to cut through something rich, like cured pork fat. At the same time, I want it to be light and clean, so you could drink it as an aperitif, or maybe if you were taking a walk into the woods, you could take it with you. Just an idea. Let's give it a little bit more refreshing. I got 9 minutes to go. Have you ever been in the woods? I got lost in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco once. That was a bad idea. They're Swedish crystal. My barback's grandmother made these. He's a Swede, and his family's been blowing crystal for 200 years. And they still make me pay full price. There's actually a very interesting hotel. It's just one less exciting than the one hotel. It's very nice, and it's in South Beach here. It's called the Satai. It's very, very expensive. It was blessed by some monks every year, so it's very clean and holistic, I suppose. But more importantly, they have an on-site crystal blowing factory. So they have $150 martini that they serve, and they're homemade crystal glasses. I wonder how much that martini actually costs. And then just a little bit of lemon oil. I don't want to detract from the beauty of the cocktail, its colors, nor overwhelm it with too much feel. And of course, I had to bring back some of these summer truffles. So my friend, this is a nice little aperitif treat, and for your neighbor, if you'd like a little bite as well. And I do not have a fancy piece of wood for you guys, but I got a plate with truffles on it, so don't tell me you're upset. This is called Into the Wild. But wait. What have I got next? Sir, are you a coffee drinker? Oh, thank God. Because I don't have tea here. But I've got some nice preheated cups. And in my ice bucket is the opposite of ice, it's hot water. And this is going to be a Bulleit bourbon cocktail. For Hollis. You get the first sip. So, my friend, we're going to start with Bulleit bourbon. The perfect way to finish a meal. 1 ounce. We'll put that right front and center. And I'll send a picture to Tom. And pardon my mess on your space. So I've got some nicely pre-warmed ingredients here. Since we've got a hot coffee drink, I don't want to make it cold. I love bourbon and honey. You see so many classic cocktails with bourbon and honey. Now, Bulleit bourbon has a high rye content, so it's got this really nice spicy flavor. I'm going to accent that with a great digestive, also from Sweden, called Glögg. Now this liqueur has cardamom, which is really good for getting your blood flowing. So it's perfect after a meal when you're feeling lethargic. And it's also got some raisins and vanilla. And next, I don't like to stop after dinner because you might be on a hot date. So I've got you some ancho chili liqueur, again, to fire you up, give you a little bit of energy, and also help with digestion. So that's roasted ancho chili that's aged for 6 months in a barrel with cocoa nibs. Again, very good for the digestive tract. Finally, excellent, thank you. Some hot coffee. This is a blend of 3 different beans that were specifically designed to match with Bulleit bourbon and this drink. Do you take your coffee with cream? Well, today you will. That's nice. If it's up to me, I mean, you're the guest. You're the guest. The guest is always right. And we are hospitable people here in the South. So, I lived in Georgia for 8 years. What's that? I'm not offended. Yeah. Okie doke. So, finally here, I've got a mandarin cream, which is a mandarin liqueur with heavy cream. That's a good sound. This is a cocktail that we've had on the menu for a long time. It's my father's actually from Kentucky, and this is a family recipe that's been passed down for a long time. But they used to have to add the chilies and cardamom and stuff themselves. I conveniently have liqueurs to do that for me. Just like Bulleit's passed down their family recipe from one generation to the next. And we've got some grated orange zest, as well as a little bit of cinnamon. You're very welcome, my friend. This is called On the Ground. It's ingredients that I feel like I'd stumble upon in the forest. I made this one for you. You're very welcome. I've got some cake for you too. Do you like sweets, my friend? And my other question for you is, are you a smoker? Me neither. But sometimes, if I'm in Europe and I've got a big dinner, man, I love a cigarette. But I quit. I'm serious. I quit. And then I like a breath mint. So I thought I'd combine the two with a peppermint smoke to go on your chocolate cake. Just a little bit, because the fire alarm went off yesterday. And then everybody yelled at me. Sir, 1 chocolate torte with peppermint smoke. On the ground. Once again, Bulleit bourbon cocktail on the ground with Bulleit bourbon frontier whiskey, ancho chili liqueur, a Swedish cardamom liqueur called Glug, as well as honey, hot coffee, mandarin cream, and fresh cinnamon. And Mr. Rios, into the wild. I hope you don't get lost there. You might get lost in that cocktail because there's a lot happening. And then when you get the truffle, if you're hungry, it's an amazing flavor comparison because it's light, crisp, and refreshing, and has enough botanical action happening. So you've got Tanqueray 10 gin, world's best-selling gin, as well as Pinot Sherry, Contratto Americano Rosso, and Martini Gras Reserve Vermouth. My name's Andrew Meltzer. Thank you for joining us at the launch, and please let me know if I can answer any questions on our cocktails or food pairings. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ed. So just feel free to ask